Sentience had won. They had turned our weapons, our technology, against us. The more advanced we became, the greater our losses. The war was over unless we found a new way. In our desperation, we turned to the void, the blinding night, the hell space where our science and reason failed. We took the twisted few that had returned from that place. We built a frame around them, a conduit of their affliction, gave them the weapons of the old ways, gun and blade. A new warrior, a new code was born. These rejects, these Tenno, became our saviors, warrior gods, cast in steel and fury, striking our enemies in a way they could never comprehend. Excalibur was the first. Orokin, Warframe archives, Excalibur codex entry. Well, before we can talk about Kubrows, we first have to gain an understanding of where did these Kubrows come from? Where did they originate from? How did they get here? Well, Kubrows, a canine-like species, they lay eggs instead of giving birth. They originally served as companions and pets for the Orokin, and later as attack and guard animals for the Orokin elite. So we know that they derived from the Orokin. So we need to find out, what is it about these Orokin? Who are the Orokin? Where do they come from? The Orokin are a precursor race that ruled over the solar system for a period of time during what was known as the Orokin era. They built the technological masterpieces that rival even present-day technology. Their descendants are the Tenno. Now, the Orokin, they are what's considered the precursor race that ruled. And obviously, the Orokin were highly intelligent. Here's the reason why. The Orokin Void. The Void is a secret location which houses the Orokin Towers, and these towers are equipped with many defense mechanisms and laser traps and neural sentries, and it corrupts intruders, forcing them to fight for the tower's defense. And the tower, it exists in space outside of real space and requires keys to attune to the tower and to enter into the towers. And you have the corrupted in these towers. You have what derived from these corrupted. You have Grineer, you have Corpus in there, you have Infested, but they're corrupted. They're being mind controlled. By who? The Orokin, and higher intelligence. Alright, let's talk about the Technocyte virus. Here we have a virus that it afflicts living tissue. It mutates it. How do we know this? Well, this virus was created by the Orokin to combat against another intelligence. This intelligence is called the Sentience. They say the Sentience had won. The Organs are speaking. Someone is telling us about the story. The Sentience had won. They had turned our weapons, our technology against us. Who held the technology? Who held the weapons? The Orokin did. But here we have another type of intelligence that is warring against the Orokin intelligence. So we have a problem here. So within this problem, the Orokin decides to create a virus. And mind you, this virus affects the intelligence. It affects the natural instinct. It causes that which has normal intelligence to go into a violent episode or to act like the infested. The infested, they just mumble, they grumble, they make these noises. And because they are a result of this virus, in my opinion. So, we have an issue going on where one intelligence that's higher than the other says no. I rule, which was the Orokin, versus another type of intelligence which says no. I'm trying to rule. So we have a battle going on here. We have a war. In this war, and I'm going to tell you this. When the story speaks about we took the twisted few that had returned from that place, where was that place? The void. And where's the void? The void can be considered a lack of understanding, a lack of intelligence. Where there's no intelligence, it's darkness. There's no ability to reason. There is no science. There's only darkness. And so, to send a group of non-intelligent beings, or someone that doesn't have the type of intelligence of a higher intelligence, he sent them to a place, and he brought them back, and he built a frame around them, which was a conduit of their affliction. What was the affliction? No intelligence. Gave them weapons of the old, and gun and blade. A new warrior, a new code was born. Literally, a new code was born. They're considered rejects. Imagine that. The lesser intelligent are rejected by those who are higher intellectuals. These are the Tenno. Now some of you may say, no, this can't be. And what does this have to do with Kubrows? Everything. Let's talk about someone by the name of Lotus. Yes. Lotus, well, she has to guide the Tenno on all endeavors, correct? The Tenno comes out of this cryo stasis, and they need understanding. They need to be guided by higher intelligence. And the Lotus does this well. Without the Lotus, how can the Tenno be properly guided? Now, let's talk about the Kubrow. We know the Kubrow, canine, they're beasts, but they was originally served as companions and pets for the Orokin. But later, they became attack and guard animals for the Orokin elite. And so after the downfall of the Orokin, there were Kubrow left on Earth, and these Kubrow had to survive. And so they became feral. They were more aggressive, they were more ferocious because they had to survive. So they can be considered, in the eyes of some, to have a type of ability or a type of intelligence. They were able to adapt to their surroundings, but it depends on who's telling the story and who you're listening to. But there was a recent DNA altering which occurred by a known intelligence, or intelligence, which gives us our Kubrows. Now the question becomes, Is this intelligence? Is it within the hands and the grasp of the Tenno? Being that the Tenno, in order to control these Kubrow, you have to have a collar. Now we have a higher intelligence controlling another intelligence by the altercations, or not altercation, but by the ability to genetically alter them. It's a wonder why the DNA is failing and why we have to constantly keep them above standard. But intelligent and highly social, they're domesticated Kubrow. Well, it takes one intelligence to deal with a lacquer intelligence. I'm better for words, but I'm just wondering what you guys think. I have some more thoughts and ideas on the Kubrows. And one of those thoughts and ideas, when it comes to breeding your Kubrows, when it comes to altering your Kubrows, what are the limitations based off of the intelligence of the Tenno? Are there limitations? There's only limitations based off of intelligence, correct? Some have said, I don't want the Kubrow anymore. He doesn't look the right color or doesn't have the right build. But then we get into what's called sentience behavior. Does the Kubrow determine the difference between what feels good, what feels bad? When we take them into missions, when they get hit, they cry out, or they interact with us inside of our ships in such a way to make us feel, you know, there's an expression of personal feeling there. But there are those that say, no, it's just a Kubrow. Let's keep in mind that the Orokin established that these sentients, they had the ability to reason, to know the difference. And I wonder if the Kubrow are the same way, based off of DNA altering. With that said, sure, you could change the color of your Kubrow by simply DNA splicing. If you can determine the type through DNA altering, surely you could determine the coloring and determine the ferocity, if that's a word. It's just something to consider. Well, leave your comments below and questions, or let's talk about the Kubrows. They mentioned in one of the Warframe Live events that there's a possibility that the color palette may come in update 14.5 or maybe update 15. But I will say this, for those who remember before, that it was a big concern of the gameplay when it came to ballistics, when it came to the weapons, how to manage the correct damage of weapons. And so instead of having weapons go in one direction, weapons went in three directions, and they mimicked it, or they copied real life scenarios. We have the impact, the puncture, and the slice today, which I thought was pretty awesome. So I wonder, will the devs consider the DNA altering as it really is today? Well, well, this is Joshua time. Always remember, keep God first, and I'll see you